is a unique show, that it is based in dance movement, but in writing it and creating it, it's very involved with projections. It has, it's very multidimensional, because it's a show that, of course, I'm a choreographer, so my world is dance and movement, but I'm also a director that likes images. So Pearl is a kind of extravaganza in a way, without being too commercial and without being too avant-garde. It treads the line artistically, right in the middle, which is okay, because I want audiences to get it. But in terms of its intention, it's very powerful. It's very based on the life of a woman named Pearl Esbach, who was a very special woman of the last century, a Nobel Prize winner, a Pulitzer Prize winner for her literature. She grew up in China, the daughter of missionary parents, and basically thought she was Chinese until she went back for school and back to China. She traveled during a time of the Boxer Revolution and the Nanjing. Her life was filled with trauma, and somehow she popped out of it all and became this extraordinary writer. But that wasn't the end of it. What happened after she wrote these extraordinary books, hundreds of them that were all bestsellers, she started foundations to save Amerasian children and the cross-culturalism of the 30s, 40s, and 50s, where we didn't care. We really abandoned mixed-race children who were not thought to be, part of society. And she saved them. She created institutions. So there's a legacy that she left. The Chinese came to me to say, we'd like to make a show based on the life of Pearl Bach. And I said, I kind of moved back. And then they said, but we'd like to parallel a very famous Chinese poem, Spring River Flower Moon Night. And I moved forward. And that was it. I was caught by the concept of paralleling the life of Pearl to the 5 chapters, Spring River Flower Moon Night, and how to create a spectacle, a dance spectacle. Abstract, yet literal, because this is narrative. This is literature of a woman who wrote narrative books. I didn't want to do a narrative show. I wanted to do an impressionistic show. So that's what the show Pearl is. It's very unique. I knew a river had to be on stage, the Yangtze River, which is also the Pacific, which is water, which is the flow of life, which is the division between land masses, which is the division of cultures, because the rivers divide one tribe from another. You cross the river and you cross into the... So there was a sense, I knew that theatrically I wanted the blend of theater and realism. The water is real. They said, oh, well, you can do a projection. No. You have to have real water. And they said yes. So if they said no, I would have figured another thing out, but they said yes. And I said, because the real water is what everyone will identify with in the audience. Oh my God, there's water on stage. But not to splash around, to make big spectacles, or to be funny. As a symbol of fluid, as a symbol of life, as a symbol of division, as a symbol of the Yangtze, the Pacific. As I said, so we have a river on stage, which is kind of crazy, but foodissime. But it's also fantastic. And then I use projections a lot in many ways, and so I felt like, how do I communicate the narrative of a woman who wrote? Well, I'm not going to have dancers talk, because I'm not so fond of that always, unless they're really good speakers. It's been done many times, and it's good, but I'm not going to have actors on stage to dance, because they're not usually the level I want. So what I'd like to do is create panels that come in and out during the show, and the projections on those panels are the narrative, are the mind, are the projection of Pearl's books, are the sensibility of how we follow the narrative story. The show that's the show. It's a half Chinese, half Western dancers. Big blend of races and people, but definitely half Chinese, half Asian, and half Western, culturally, from China. And that has been a challenge in itself. It's Chinese produced, I'm an American, we're here in Montreal. It's kind of wild. But it's fantastic. It's exactly the way it's going to be. It's the way it is already, and it's the way it will be. A producer from Hungary is going to go over to Nigeria to get a show to go to LA. It's the way it's going to be. So we might as well start diving in and welcoming this cross-cultural society that we live in, and start psychologically to understand that cultures are different, but that doesn't mean they're separate. They're just different. But differences is a beautiful thing. Mm-hmm. So I think it's very much the story of Pearl.